Bergen Catholic High School in Oradell, New Jersey, for second round action of the New Jersey State Tournament in boys soccer between the second seeded Bergen Catholic Crusaders and the number 10 seed Pope John Lions. Hi, everyone. Mike Formisano here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Well, it has been a crazy journey for the Pope John Lions, and coming into the state tournament, weren't really sure which Lions team we were going to get. It's been up and down all year. A 10-10 record, 3 straight wins to open the season, followed by a losing streak. Then in the 100 Warren Sussex tournament, the Pope John Lions is an 11 seed, turned back South 103-1. Phillipsburg, the 6 seed, 1-0. And Hackettstown on penalty kicks, the number 3 seed. They went into the semifinals against Voorhees, the 2. And they went through regulation into overtime and then almost defeated Voorhees. But the Lions went ahead and fell by a score of 1-0 on a free kick with 15 seconds to go. So, they came back in the regular season, lost a few games, weren't really sure what we would see, but when they went to Dwight Englewood on Monday, they went down 3-0, and then the Lions came back. They came roaring back. 6 goals in the final 35 minutes of, well, actually about 55 minutes because you had 20 in the first half and then a 40-minute second half. They scored 2 goals by Nick Aceto in the first half, 4 in the second, capped off by Ethan Nowak's breakaway goal. A 6-4 win. And so we're going to go ahead and do a prayer and then the national anthem.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially the officials, players, coaches, parents, and fans. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us remain aware of his presence throughout the day and throughout our lives. Amen. Bless Em and Rice, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever. And now the playing of our national anthem.
Our national anthem. And so, as I was saying before, Pope John Lions defeating Dwight Englewood 6-4 in that first round. They take on Bergen Catholic today.
Ethan Poplowski. Number 7, Chris Opak. Number 8, Landon Terrazas. Number 9, Damian Stawiwi. Number 10, Nicholas Acito. Number 11, Emmanuel Vargas. Number 12, Daniel Burns. Number 14, Ethan Novak. Number 15, Tio Fadula. Number 21, Anthony Patino. And number 25, Matthew Rivera. And for your Bergen Catholic Crusaders, number 1, John Coleman. Number 2, Carl Aubergine. Number 3, Drew Coyne. Number 5, Seth Hahn. Number 8, James Melia. Number 11, Frankie Burns. Number 12, Mikey Fenton. Number 13, D'Angelo Tavares. Number 17, John Semmelsberger. Number 21, Jonah Kim. Number 27, Jack Stevenson. Good luck to both teams.
And so the opening lineups for the Pope John Lions and the Bergen Catholic Crusaders. We'll give you full rosters later on in the match, but we want to go ahead and get ready for opening kickoff between the Lions and the Bergen Catholic Crusaders. The Crusaders 15-4-1 on the season, ranked second in this tournament. And their last match, they came off a defeat against Ramapo in the Bergen County tournament finals. So they were ranked number 1 in the Bergen County tournament. So a very formidable opponent. Pope John, well, they've pulled upsets all season long. Let's see if they can do one more today. Lions on the field in their white jerseys with Pope John across the chest in blue, and blue numbers with the lion on the back. And also on the shorts, white shorts with blue and gold trim, and white socks. They'll be going right to left. Bergen Catholic in their red jerseys with gold trim, red shorts, red socks. They'll be going left to right. Your goaltenders or goalkeepers for the match, Bergen Catholic, number 1, John Coleman. And for the Pope John Lions, wearing number 25 today instead of his usual number 1, is freshman goalkeeper Matthew Rivera. The president of the Catholic Academy of Sussex County is Mr. Daniel O'Keefe. The principal of Pope John High School is Gene Emmering. The VP chaplain is Father John Calabro. The athletic director is Brian McAleer. Athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. The site manager, Ben Perez. The head coach of the Pope John Lions is Christian Ardilla. Assistant coach, Jared Ottaviano. I'm Mike Forbesano. We're here live at Bergen Catholic High School in Oradell, New Jersey. Second round action of the New Jersey State Tournament between the 10th seed Pope John Lions and the 2nd seed Bergen Catholic Crusaders. For the Lions, your starting lineup, you have Daniel Burns out there in the fullback position along with Manny Vargas and Ethan Poplowski. In the midfielder position, Teo Fadulo, number 15. Chris Opat is number 7. In the forward positions, number 10, Nick Estito, number 8, Landon Terrazas, I see out there as well. Also, Anthony Patino in the midfielder spot. And in goal, Matthew Rivera for the Pope John Lions. As he said, number 1 for Bergen Catholic, John Coleman in the blue jerseys you see there at the 40-yard line on the football field. It is turned into a soccer pitch today. He's the goalkeeper. Everybody else wearing their red and gold or red and yellow. The winner of this matchup will take on the winner of the 3-6 matchup. I don't remember who the 6 is. The 3 is Del Barton. That match, the semifinal match, will be on Monday. So we'll see what happens. As far as the football tomorrow, the Pope John Lions will have their 8-9 matchup in the first round of the New Jersey State non-public Group B tournament. They will head down to Homedale to take on St. John Vianney. Lancers hosting the Pope John Lions in the 8-9 matchup. If no regional network picks up that match, we will be available to go ahead and cover that. That's at 6 p.m. tomorrow on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. If either Super Football Conference or Big State Sports, if nobody else has picked up that game, we will be there and available to go ahead and cover that matchup. Well, Bergen Catholic heading to midfield right now to start the match off. Number 13, D'Angelo Tavares. Heading to the far side, number 12, Michael Fenton to midfield. And number 17, John Semmelsberger, right next to Nick Aceto, number 10. And here we go. The opening of this quarterfinal matchup between Bergen Catholic and Pope John. Down the far side, Bergen Catholic coming in the shot. Immediate save. 9 seconds in by Rivera, who will toss it out and gives it over to Ethan Nowak. Nowak with that big breakaway goal to seal things for Pope John on Monday. Chris Opat trying to steal it away. It's kicked back to Coleman, and Coleman will settle it down there. John Coleman, the junior goalkeeper for Bergen Catholic. Pass comes out to the far wing, challenging. The shot in, wide right by number 3, Andrew Coyne. So 45 seconds in, and already Bergen Catholic with 2 attacks that Pope John has thwarted. Here's the ball over to Manny Vargas. Vargas, the senior fullback, kicks it down the pitch. Handled there by number 2, Carl Omgen. There'll be a throw-in for Daniel Burns. Burns over to Opat. Opat with the tying goal on Monday against White Englewood. Landon Terrazas had a brace. and so did Nick Aceto. Aceto with the first goal and penalty kicks, and then a beautiful goal for the second one against Dwight Englewood. It made it 3-2 in the late portion of the first half. On the far side, number 13, that is Tavares. Pass comes back to 12, Fenton. Here's number 11 on the near side for Bergen Catholic, Frank Burns. Pass to 5, Safe Khan. Just underway here in Oradell, New Jersey, Bergen Catholic High School. Second round or quarterfinal of the New Jersey State Tournament in boys soccer. The pass in, broken up by Vargas. There's Teo Fadillo. Pass to Terrazas, just off his foot and out of bounds. Now the throw in by number 21, Jonah Kim. Kim gets it over to Burns. Pass over from Semmelsberger, from Fenton, I should say. And here's the shot and a goal by number 8, James Mejia. Mejia into the back of the net. 37-31 to go in the first half, and Bergen Catholic takes an early 1-0 lead. The goal scored by James Mejia, number 8.
The goal scored by number 8, James Mejia.
And so the Crusaders up 1-0. Well, Pope John went down 3-0 to Dwight Englewood the other day and came back to win, but as you can see already, Bergen Catholic with an ability, there's a reason why they're the 2 seed in this tournament. Here's number 2, Ombajan, coming in. Rivera on top of the box, and he'll scoop it up. Tosses it back to Nowak. Nowak settling it down. Pass to Patino. Stolen away by Andrew Coyne. Over there to the sideline, Nowak trying to keep it in bounds, and it'll be Pope John possession. Fall sports season winding down for all the teams here in New Jersey. 2 more Pope John survivors left, boys soccer and the varsity football team. Also, if you're in the Pope John area today, 4 p.m., the freshman football team will take on Don Bosco. And I don't believe I'm going to be able to make it back for that. I can try. I'm going to try and head back. We're going to head back to Pope John anyway at the end of this. So if we're able to get back in time, then we'll bring coverage to you. But again, with a 4 p.m. start, I don't know if that's likely. So, but as far as tomorrow's concerned, the big match between Pope John and St. John Vianney in the 8-9 setup for the first round of the New Jersey non-public Group B state tournament. That's at 6 p.m. from St. John Vianney High School in Homedale tomorrow night. Friday Night Lights, playoff style. Vargas with the boot toward the near side. Stowali on number 12, Fenton. Now the kick by Almagen, cleared by Patino. Back to number 11, Burns, and it'll come back to midfield. Here's number 21, Jonah Kim, and Kim will get it back to Coleman. Racing after it is Aceto. Aceto looks much better on those ankles now. He's gotten full treatment and seems to finally be recovered from that injury in the Hunterdon War in Sussex. Now Coleman boots it down the pitch on the far side. Good header. And the pass to number 3, Andrew Coyne. Coyne getting past Poplowski. In front, the shot. Save Rivera! Wow, what a save by the freshman netminder off the foot of D'Angelo Tavares. Now Fenton on the far side. Nowak defending. Pass in to Semmelsberger. It's going to go over the sideline on the far side. Bergen Catholic possession. 1-0 your score. 5 minutes in here. Bergen Catholic leading over Pope John. Mike Formisano here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us for this quarterfinal matchup in the boys soccer tournament for New Jersey in the non-public group. Rivera jumps up and secures that. The winner of this match will take on the winner of the 3-6 matchup. I know the 3 is Del Barton. St. Augustine, I believe, is the 1 seed in this bracket. Here's a kick in toward number 11. Gets around Rivera. They're going to say offside. So Frank Burns in on top of Rivera. However, he was just about a foot offside. And so the ball goes back over to Pope John. Lions 10 wins and 10 losses on the season. Started the season 3-0. First time in over a decade that Pope John won their first 3 matches in boys soccer. They went on a bit of a losing streak, but then into the Huntington Warren Sussex tournament they went. And as an 11 seed, they started to pull upset after upset after upset. Almost made it to the final against Huntington Central. They fell to Voorhees right before penalty kicks in the last 15 seconds of overtime. But they rebounded nicely, came back in the regular season. Had a few losses down the stretch, but against Dwight Englewood on Monday, an incredible upset against the Bulldogs. Here's the kick over to Nowak. It's going to go to the far side. And the ball stolen away by Coyne. Out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Bergen Catholic. So we'll go back to Coleman. Down to the fullback, number 21, Jonah Kim. Kim to the far side. Picked up by number 12, Michael Fenton. Poplowski in there to steal it away. Good job by him. Now to pass over to Terrazas. Landon Terrazas. And you've got number 17, Semmelsberger, down with the ball underneath him. He ran up behind Terrazas, so the referee checking to make sure Semmelsberger's all right. But I believe the free kick's going to go to Pope John. So Semmelsberger is still down, so the Bergen Catholic trainers coming out. Injury timeout, we'll take one as well. We'll be back right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Bergen Catholic High School in Oradell, New Jersey, as number 17 for the Crusaders, John Semmelsberger, the junior, back on his feet. He's walking off a little bit of a limp. We hope he's all right, but it's good to see him walking off under his own power. Well, free kick for Pope John. It'll be taken by number 21, Anthony Patino. Pope John needing something to get them back into this match, down 1-0. Patino with the boot. Toward the near side, Vargas in there, and he goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Bergen Catholic. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. from Holmdel, New Jersey, the first round of the New Jersey State Tournament in the non-public Group B bracket. The 9-seed Pope John Lions against the 8-seed St. John Vianney Lancers in football. And that will be at 6 p.m. tomorrow. If no regional network picks it up, we'll have it for you on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Also, if you're in the Pope John area today, 4 p.m. if you want to check out the freshman football matchup. Their last of the regular season against the Don Bosco Ironmen. Pass comes out. Teo has it. Gives it over to Poplowski. Ethan Poplowski. There's Coyne. Pass out to number 27, Jack Stevenson. Big boot down the pitch. Bergen Catholic has it on the far side. The shot and a goal off of Rivera. It was put in by number 12, Michael Fenton. Fenton scores as he's able to tip it off Rivera's fingertips, and it rolls into the back of the goal. And so with 30:50 to go,
Bergen Catholic goal scored by number 12, Mikey Fenton.
Bergen Catholic takes a 2-0 lead. Time of the goal, 30:50 remaining in the first half. So goals by James Malia and Mike Fenton, and it's 2-0 Bergen Catholic. Here's Teo. Trying to hit Aceto up the pitch. Now Terrazas. Landed Terrazas. Back to Daniel Burns. Burns to Patino. Turned back around by Vargas. Here's Stowowie. Damian Stowowie off his foot. Picked up by number 11, Frank Burns. Now Teo comes into Coleman. Coleman will settle it down. So here's Nowak after it. Ethan Nowak will give it back to Rivera, and Rivera will turn it around. Over to Stowowie. Damian Stowowie now. Patino in there as well. It'll go into the far corner toward the flag. It'll roll over the left side, which is the sideline, not the back line. So a throw in for Pope John. 10 minutes in here at Bergen Catholic High School in Oradell, New Jersey. It's 2-0. Bergen Catholic leading over Pope John. Into the back of Burns. It's going to bounce over to Obajan. Now to 31. The kick by Burns, turned around by the Lions. Stevenson will pass it over to number 5, and that is Safe Khan. Cito after it on the far side. Now over to number 21, Jonah Kim. Bergen Catholic, the number 2 seed in this grouping. 15-4-1 in the regular season. Goes past the middle attacker to the far side. Number 12 picks it up. That's Fenton. And cleared out by Pope John. Good defensive play by Stowowie. And it's booted up the pitch by Terrazas. Aceto chasing it down. Nick Aceto. He's got one defender back. That's Jonah Kim. On the side, it rolls past Terrazas. Teo tries to turn it around. It goes out of bounds. And Bergen Catholic with the possession. 28 and a half minutes to go. First half. 2-0 your score. Now here's 21, Kim. It's turned around to Khan. Khan in the middle of the pitch. And he'll roll it back to Coleman. Coleman will settle it down. Pass goes over. Now here's Obajan. Stowowie after it. Number 6, John Flynn. Here's Teo with it. Gives it to Manny Vargas. Vargas down the pitch. Trying to hit Terrazas on the near side. Out of bounds. It'll be a Pope John throw-in. 13 minutes played here in Oradell, New Jersey. Bergen Catholic with a 2-0 lead. Teo turns it back around. Gives it to Burns. Burns. Pass back to Opat. Stolen away by Fenton. And here come the Crusaders. Pass up the pitch to Burns, racing after it. Daniel Burns on him, no relation. Now, number 8, James Malia. To Fenton, blocked down by Teo. Great job by Teo Fadillo. And Fadillo trying to get it up the pitch, and a good block by Obajan. Now, Fenton, back to Obajan. Handled by Safe Khan. Down the pitch on the far side. Past the Pope John bench. And a whistle. And possession will go over to Pope John. 26-18 to go, first half. Bergen Catholic leading Pope John 2-0 on goals by James Malia and by Michael Fenton. Terrazas trying to head it. And it goes back to number 21, Jonah Kim. Kim with the pass to Stevenson. Kim has it. Terrazas pressuring. Pass to Obajan. Up the near sideline, over to number 11, Burns. Burns trying to get around Terrazas. Down to 31. Terrazas with the block. Good block by him. Pope John had a method of counterattacking the other day against Dwight Englewood that they seemed to find a way to break through about 30 minutes in. They have not found that same strategy with Bergen Catholic yet. It's something they're going to have to implement soon. It's only 15 minutes in, but they definitely don't want Bergen Catholic going up 3-0. Poplowski with the slide tackle. Good job by Poplowski. Now Stowowie gives it back to Patino. Anthony Patino tripped down, and a call. It'll be a free kick for Pope John. 15 minutes in here in Oradell, New Jersey. It's a beautiful day. A little cold, a little windy, but perfect fall weather. Skies have gotten a little overcast, maybe a threat of rain, but nothing too terrible. Here's Aceto now on the far side. Nick Aceto coming in the middle, trying to get around the defense. And it's taken away by Bergen Catholic. So good pressure by the Lions for the first time there. Getting close to the top of the box. Lions are definitely going to have to depend on Aceto to generate the offense, say, along with Terrazas and Stowowie. And the usual suspects for Pope John. Going to need some pressure by those players in order to get back into this match. Here's Bergen Catholic on the far side. Good defense by Opad. The save! Rivera, the rebound. Put home. Number 13, D'Angelo Tavares, waiting in the box for the rebound as Rivera made an incredible save to his left, but the ball was loose, and Tavares right on top of it. He scores the goal.
Scored by number 13, D'Angelo Tavares.
So the goal with 23:55 remaining in the first half. Bergen Catholic leading 3-0 over Pope John. Substitution in, Santiago Vargas, number 5, for Damian Stowowie, number 9. Aceto kicks it back to Patino. Now to Teo. Vargas, and he'll give it back to Rivera, who'll boot it down the near side. Burns loses it to number 31. Teo trying to steal it away. Fenton kicks it in. Vargas turns it around. Now picked up by Kahn. Kahn with the pass over to Coyne. Andrew Coyne in the far wing. Pass into Coyne toward the back line. It's kicked out of bounds by Ethan Nowak, and it's going to set up a corner kick for Bergen Catholic. 23 and change to go, first half. The Crusaders leading 3-0. Pass over, intercepted. There's Terrazas trying to hit Aceto. Nick Aceto. Good slide tackle by number 2, Almagen. And so Kahn with it now. Kahn will just give it back to Coleman, and Bergen Catholic will regroup. Number 5, safe Kahn. Aceto on him. Pass over from number 21, Jonah Kim. Later on this afternoon at Pope John High School, 4 p.m. if you're in the Sparta area, head on down to Pope John High School. The freshman football team taking on Don Bosco. The Ironmen coming into Sparta today for a 4 p.m. matchup. Hope they get that in before the sun sets, as I've seen the sun going down earlier and earlier each night. They should have just enough time to be able to get that in. And then tomorrow, under the lights in Homedale, New Jersey, first round action of the football state tournament non-public Group B between the number 9 seed Pope John Lions and the 8th seed St. John Vianney Lancers. If no regional network has that, we will be available to be able to pick that up and cover it for you on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. 6 p.m. tomorrow from St. John Vianney High School. First round matchup between Pope John and St. John Vianney. The winner gets the top seed, DePaul Catholic, in the second round. That would be a rematch of last year's state final at MetLife Stadium between Pope John and DePaul Catholic, if Pope John were to win against St. John Vianney. The Lions 2-7, but a brutal schedule, earning them the 9 seed. Now Almagen with it on the near side. Boots it toward the goal. Number 31 turns it around, but it goes toward the sideline instead of the net. The whistle. And it's going to go over to Pope John. And Rivera wearing the purple jersey and shorts today. He usually wears the gray T-shirt, and then he had green on the other day. Wearing the purple today, so. My brother used to be a goalie in soccer, Brian, and he had all kinds of different goalie jerseys he'd break out. He had a maroon one, and he had a few others that just different colors and patterns. And in soccer, you could do that. I was a hockey goalie, so we had to wear the uniform of the team. Well, now it comes back to number 21, Kim. Jonah Kim being pressured by Aceto. Over to Almagen. And he's going to give it right back to Coleman. John Coleman, pressured by Aceto. Now it comes over to Kahn. Kahn will give it up to Kim. Jonah Kim over to 31. That is passed back to Kim. 31 is the player I don't have a name on, so as he wasn't on the initial roster. Liam Agnes, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so there you go, Liam Agnes. I have his name, just no number, so thank you. So now, here is Stevenson. Down the pitch it goes. A break for number 12, Michael Fenton, looking for his second. On the back line, nice move. Cleared out by Poplawski. And over the sideline it goes. Good defense by Poplawski on that rush by Michael Fenton. So goals by Malaya, Fenton, and Tavares so far have put Bergen Catholic in the lead, 3-0. 19-19 to go, first half. For Bergen Catholic, win today, and they would take the 3-6 matchup, but they would host that semifinal here at Oradell. If Pope John were to win and come back, it's a 3-6 matchup. I don't know who the 6 is. The 3 is Del Barton, so they would have to travel to Morristown. But long way for Pope John to be able to come back right now. 3-0, but they did it the other day. Listen, against Dwight Englewood, they're down 3-0 at about the same period of time. They scored twice before the end of the half, and Dwight Englewood scored 19 seconds into the second half. Pope John had the last 4 goals and won 6-4. So it's not impossible, but they got to get to work. Ball goes out of bounds. Bergen Catholic with the throw-in. I mean, listen, the talent level, too, there's a big disparity between Dwight Englewood and Bergen Catholic. So Coleman with it. Now here is Vargas. Vargas turns around to Santiago Vargas. Now Terrazas, and it's taken away by Bergen Catholic. Number 21, Jonah Kim, past Teo. Fidullo trying to get back into the play. Pass to Tavares. Tavares will give it back to Almagen. Now back to Stevenson. Stevenson with the pass over to the far wing. And the ball goes out of bounds. So now Andrew Coyne will throw it in. Clock down to 17 and a half remaining in the first half. We are live from Bergen Catholic High School in Oradell, New Jersey. Jack McGovern Field. They call it now the Jack in honor of him. Ball comes into Rivera. And Rivera scoops it up. It's a beautiful facility. It's placed right in the middle of a neighborhood here in Oradell. Trees in the background, all full foliage. Beautiful campus. Terrazas. Over to Suave. I was out here last spring covering lacrosse. And then I came by for baseball. We were going to cover baseball, but didn't realize that the baseball field wasn't here. We wound up going, I guess, about 20 miles away. I wound up getting there in the bottom of the first inning. There's Agnes. Lee Maggins would pass up. Tavares. Now here is Burns. Pass back to Ombajan. Carl Ombajan coming in. Pass to Razas. Gives it to Tavares. Tavares centers. Patino trying to clear it, and now it's cleared out by Chris Sabella, who's in for the first time today for Pope John. Toward the middle. Header. Rivera with the save. Good save by Matt Rivera, and he'll roll it out to Manny Vargas. Vargas with 16 minutes to go. Up the pitch, collides with a defender. Now Terrazas, taken away by D'Angelo Tavares. I say that 5 times fast. Terrazas and Tavares. On the far wing in front of the Bergen Catholic bench. Khan, pass back. He's going to give it over to Kim. Here's Jonah Kim with it. Cito with the pressure. Good block by Patino. Stawali. We'll give it over to Nowak. Ethan Nowak looking to hit Aceto. The ball goes out of bounds, and Pope John will throw it in. Lions looking for a spark here. Trying to get back into this match. They did it on Monday. We'll see if they can do it today. Here's Patino. Patino race backwards, giving it to Opat. Opat turns it back around. Lions down 3. Will have to look to try and take some chances on offense. Up the middle of the pitch. Ombajan with it. To Khan. Back to Ombajan. Carl Ombajan on the far side coming in. The kick goes wide left out of bounds. Goal kick off the foot of Andrew Coyne. Well, they say last touched by Pope John, so it'll be a corner for the Crusaders. Clock down to 14 minutes remaining, first half. 3-0, Bergen Catholic. And not many other sports to go ahead and tell you about coming up as the season is starting to wind down. Volleyball ended yesterday with an exciting 5-set match against Paramus Catholic. Pope John led 2-1, but the Paladins came back to win sets 4 and 5. So, volleyball team showing their best effort yesterday. So, congratulations to them. Just an unfortunate end. And the field hockey team, who had some really good wins this season, they fell to Montclair Kimberly 6-0 on Tuesday. So, congratulations to them on a good season. And the girls soccer team, going up against Newark Academy, the 5 seed, they were the 12, and they only lost 1-0. The only goal of the match coming with about 15 minutes to go in the second half. So, all 3 girls teams giving their best efforts, and they need to be applauded for that. Here's Burns. Pass up. Nowak. Trying to break free. Khan takes it away, and it's going to go back to Coleman, the goalkeeper, who'll clear it down the pitch. Patino with the header. To Nowak. Back to Patino. Now Stawali. Blocked by Stawali. Damian Stawali on the far side. Passed in, intercepted by Kim. I think Stawali thought that Aceto was a little further up than he was as the pass came over to Kim instead of Aceto. Here's Rivera, and Rivera will settle it down. So, Pope John trying to make a break there toward the net, but just didn't work out there. So, the boys soccer team and the varsity football team, the 2 teams left in tournament play. Teo with the backwards kick. Aceto trying to get past Kim. Kim's going to give it back to Coleman, who'll turn it around toward midfield. Now to Opat. Chris Opat will settle it down. Down the pitch it goes. Good header over to Aceto. And the ball's going to go out. Nope, all offside. Well, Bergen Catholic will take over. 11:44 to go. First half, 3-0. Bergen Catholic over Pope John. The 2 versus the 10 in this second round matchup here from Oradell, New Jersey. Mike Formasano with you on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us, not just today, but all season long. I absolutely appreciate it. So, if there's any way we can get back down to the freshman football game against Don Bosco, we'll try and do so. We'll leave straight from here. I don't think traffic's going to let me get there in time, but we'll try it. Now the ball across the pitch. There's Terrazas coming in. Landon settling it down. And it's taken away by Almagen. Now here's Aceto. Nick Aceto off the back of Kim. Pope John getting some pressure. There's Teo with the boot. Through the football goalposts. Wrong sport. Goal kick for Bergen Catholic. That'd be great if it was football. 3 points. Put it right in here with a tied up the match. So goal kick for Bergen Catholic. Coleman will just give it over to the defense. And there's Joe to Kim. That's the way to liven up soccer. You want to go ahead and put the field goal posts in play. You get a 3-goal goal. Here is Patino. That'd be great. It would tied up the match. It would have been level at 3. Going into the corner now, number 9, Kieran Ewers. Ewers into the match for the first time today. Pope John will inbound. Stawali. Taken away by Burns. Frank Burns. Pass over to Fenton. Now hits Will. Oh, the last name is Traumatazi. They reversed it here on my sheet. Will Traumatazi. Less than 10 minutes remaining, first half. Jonah Kim with it. Aceto on him. Pass across the pitch. Now, number 8, James Malia racing for it. Trying to get around Opat. Centered. Vargas will clear it toward the far sideline. Here is Khan. Safe Khan. Turned around. Bergen Catholic coming in. Centered. Number 15 with the header. Just past the attacker coming in. That was Ewers. And it goes out of bounds. So, nice setup attempt by Christian Doolin, but just wide of Ewers, who was racing past. 8:50 remaining, first half. 3-0 or 3-0. Bergen Catholic leading Pope John. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. from Homedale, New Jersey. The first round of the non-public Group B between the Pope John Lions football team and the St. John Vianney Lancers. That'll be at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. If no regional network has it, we will be available to cover it for everyone on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. I'll head down there prepared to do it just in case. Here's Kim going back. He'll give it to the goalkeeper, Coleman. Good block there. Turned around, Nowak to Stawali. Gives it back to Patino. Into the legs of Stawali. Out of bounds. And it'll be a Pope John throw-in. Less than 8 minutes to go. Here's Vargas. Play has settled down over the past 15, 20 minutes. Pope John can get one here. That would behoove them. Here's Vargas coming in on the far side. Oh, nice turnaround. Stolen away by Bergen Catholic. They're heading into halftime down 3-1. A lot different than 3-0. Here's Terrazas. Over to Aceto. Aceto trying to break in. Now to pass to Terrazas. Terrazas trying to get around the defenders. Back to Aceto. Gives it to Teo. Teo up top. Now to Patino. Patino turns back around. It's on the side to Daniel Burns. Burns looking to break in. Burns racing down the near side. Here's the kick. Just missed the right post. Good attempt by Daniel Burns, and he Missed the right post by about 3-4 feet, and the Pope John contingent getting behind him there. So great effort by Burns. So a goal kick for Bergen Catholic. Listen, Pope John well aware of the odds of this match and about what they're running into today here in Oradell. But, the effort has been there throughout the season. The way that Pope John has overcome massive odds before, and you never know what can happen. Here's Stevenson on the far side. Bergen Catholic with it. The fence boots it down to the middle of the pitch. Good header by Vargas. There's Teo. Kim taken away by Stowawi. Whistle. And with Kim down, that's going to set up a Bergen Catholic free kick. So, 6:05 remaining. 3-0 your score. Bergen Catholic leading. Comes back to Coleman. Over to Stevenson on the far end. Now Coleman settles it down. To the far side. Stevenson with it. Being chased by Nowak. Good footwork by Kahn there. Pass over to the far sideline. Now it goes back to Kahn. Kahn will give it back to the goalkeeper. So Bergen Catholic playing a little bit of keep away right now. On the far side, here's Burns with the header. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be Bergen Catholic ball. Pass to Doolin. Now over to number 20, Tyler Ohm. Back to Kahn, midfield. Ohm has it. Tyler Ohm. Intercepted by Pope John. There's Opat. Comes over to Terrazas. And Vargas boots it down the pitch, trying to hit Aceto. The pass from Nowak. Turned around by Bergen Catholic. 4.5 to go. And a breakout for number 8, James Malia. Stopped there on the far side. Toward the goal, headed out by Burns. Good play by Daniel Burns to head that out of the way. Stowawi. Good effort by Damian Stowawi to steal that away. And he hits Aceto. Nick Aceto in the middle. He got one defender back, though, so he had to wait for it. And he goes back to Coleman. So almost hit Aceto on the break, but 3:52 to go in the first half. It's going to roll into Rivera, who'll scoop it up. Now Matt Rivera. High in the air, down the pitch. And the pass back to Coleman. Again, if you're in the Sparta area right now near Pope John High School, head on down there to check out the freshman football game. That'll start at 4 p.m. We'll be off the air by then, but I don't think traffic is going to let me get back to Sparta in time to cover it. So, but if you're in the area, take it in, 4 p.m. Freshman football against Don Bosco. The Ironmen coming into Sparta today, the freshmen, to take on the Pope John freshmen. Down the pitch it goes. There's Opat after it. Gets a bump by number 9, Kieran Ewers. I gotta get this name right. Ewers gets called for the whistle, and so it'll go over to Pope John. 2:49 and counting, first half.
Frankie, how are you? Andrew.
Here's the boot by
Are
Opat.
you cold with just a shirt on?
Just past Ethan Nowak.
I'd like to.
Now on the far side. Oh, there you go. Comes back to the fullback. And he'll boot it back to Coleman. Coleman settles it down. Gets back again. Stowawi looking for the steal. Out to Ohm. Tyler Ohm trying to hit Will Tramatazzi. Tramatazzi on the near side. Pass back to Ohm. Cleared out by Opat. Kahn with the header back over to Fenton. Michael Fenton. Good steal by Pope John. Ethan Nowak. Stowawi in on it. There's Sabella. And the ball goes out of bounds and go over to Bergen Catholic. 98 ticks to go in the first half. Pope John trailing by 3. And the ball goes back to Coleman, who's outside the box, and he'll just wait for Cito to settle down and then boot it down the pitch. Bergen Catholic on the far side trying to center, and Vargas in there with the header. Now turned around by Ohm. Out of bounds. Goal kick for Pope John. So now the goal kick will be taken by Chris Opat. High down the pitch it goes. Stowawi trying to hit a Cito. It's going to go back to Kim. Jonah Kim on the near side. Pass over to Tramatazzi. Stolen by Burns. Here's Daniel Burns down the near sideline. It stays in bounds, so Coleman has to go back and play it. Stowawi after a good hustle, trying to steal it from him. Now Kahn. 18 seconds remaining. And Tyler Ohm has it in midfield. Teo tries to turn it around. Goes to the far side, Michael Fenton. 5 seconds ago, Fenton will boot it down the pitch. Tramatazzi is turned around by Burns. And there is the horn for the end of the first half. Bergen Catholic goes up 3-0 on goals by D'Angelo Tavares, James Malia, and Michael Fenton. And after the first half of play from Mordell, it is 3-0. Bergen Catholic leading the Pope John Lions. Take a break for halftime. We'll come up with a new feed in about 5-10 minutes, and we will bring second half action to you. We are live from Oradell, New Jersey, in Bergen Catholic High School for the second round of the New Jersey State Tournament in boys soccer. At halftime, the Bergen Catholic Crusaders lead the Pope John Lions 3-0. We'll be back after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube after halftime.